What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's where we build Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. Who the fuck is paging me at 5:36 in the morning? Crack of dawn and now I'm yawning. Crack the code, I'm eyes. See who's this page me and why. It's my man. Anyway, welcome to the breakdown. Episode 722. I am sorry that I'm late. We had technical difficulties and we're not talking about down there. Okay, we had some technical difficulties. Okay. Really did, man. By the way, it's beautiful outside. It is like it's already 77. It's shine. It is so nice outside, man. And here I am in a suit, going to break down news for you. It is beautiful outside. Shout out to everybody tuning in. I don't even know what TikTok's all about right now. I don't know what TikTok's all about, but I'm gonna break down some things. I've seen some things on the timeline. I'm gonna break them down. Just hold on. Just want to bring TikTok up on here because I can't use. Oh shit! I got scored. All right, hold on. Let me bring on TikTok here. Shout out to TikTok. Shout out to Fran. Shout out to Tech. Shout out to everybody who tunes in. Appreciate you guys. All right. All right, show is sponsored by Midnight. You already know how it goes down. Title sponsor is Midnight. Shout out to Poly Market. Shout out to Cake Wallet. By the way, the disrespect that some of the Zcashers are showing to Cake Wallet towards Vic and Seth. I see it on the timeline. That is so fucking... This is what I'm talking about. It's so disrespectful. Learn how to appreciate builders in this space. I'm watching it on the timeline. People are just you imagine Cake Wallet has been building, developing here for years. You should appreciate, especially Vic, who's been a huge advocate for privacy. A lot of you guys, you know what? A lot of you guys run your mouth because you get to hide behind the goddamn PFP. That is true. You got a keyboard and you got a PFP and you're anonymous and you get to talk shit. That's really it. Really disappointed. This is it. 2026 is like the year of the ultimate rage baiting. Negativity. Let's go on and be toxic. This is what I mean. Destroy your own. And we'll get to Charles as well. We'll get to Charles. You guys just want to see this industry go to zero, man. It's, obviously some of you guys are probably on hard times. You didn't pull out profit, or you guys are just no corners to begin with. And you're just like, obviously, like the nastiness, the dread, the negativity, the toxicity right now in this bearish market is really affecting people's moods. The red candles really do affect people's moods. So you're finding it to go out here and you start picking on founders and innovators that have done nothing but build in this space with their own money. I got to tell you, it is very disappointing. You know what? You don't have to like, let's put it this way. You don't have to like individuals. You don't have to have a poster of them on the wall. But you can be an adult and you can be cordial and you can say, you know what? I don't like the way that person comes off, but I will say that they do show up every single day to build. You might not like the way they go about things, but you can show up you can go and give them credit and say, you know what? I like the way they build. They show up every day. They don't bitch. They don't complain. And the people that I'm talking about, for the most part, they're positive. Okay, Charles is outspoken. Good. I want that energy. I don't want people to be PC. I hate when people are politically correct. But not being politically correct doesn't mean that somebody's trashing somebody. Not being politically correct is, for me, being yourself. Standing on business, 10 toes down, whatever, man. Like, just, you show up here and you say and you speak what's on your mind. It's a beautiful thing. I know a lot of you guys are not accustomed to this, but it's a beautiful thing when people talk and say things that they truly believe in and not a script that was handed over to them to win fans over. And shout out to Quad Network too. It's hilarious. Quad Network, man, like, they're out there, they're building. Oh, let's nitpick at them too. Like, what is wrong with you guys? And you know what it is? Half of these people, not even half, most of these people have never built and I'm gonna go back to it. It's like I'm being repetitive, but they have never built a real business in their lives. Never built anything that's worth a dime in your life. And you sit here critiquing people. I can respect the fact that I have a media company and we continue to go ahead and build it. Okay, I have a news media company. We continue to build out, right? I can respect somebody in the news industry, in the mainstream media world, having a conversation with me and saying, well, I don't like the way you do. Okay, cool, we can debate it. But somebody who's never been in this industry telling me how to operate, I'm just using myself as an example, but telling me how to go ahead and conduct business in the media world is crazy business. I haven't built anything I haven't created a blockchain. I've never built a blockchain. I know coding at a good basic level, more than basic, but that doesn't mean I can go ahead and code up some really dope shit. I can ask questions to some of these developers, but I'll tell you right now, when it comes to that shit, I should be sitting back 2 ears, 1 mouth type of thing, not telling them what to fucking do. So a lot of you guys who don't know how to even wipe your ass, you come out here and you disrespect our innovators when already half of our innovators retired. They've left. They either left, retired, or got a job working for one of these big institutions or Fortune 500 companies to create for them a soon-to-be product that will be put into our industry, which you will buy into. So the few people that are left here, maybe, just maybe, we go ahead and appreciate them. I'm not saying everybody's right 100% of the time. I'm just saying maybe we just, I don't know. Let's put it out there. You have Charles, who is the co-founder of Ethereum, the founder of Cardano, and the creator of Midnight. You're going to tell him how to operate? Let's have a serious convo here. You're going to tell Charles, the man who co-founded Ethereum, founded Cardano, and also obviously created Midnight. You're going to tell this man how to operate? If you're a normal human being, you're gonna sit back right now after what I just said, and you'll say, you know what? You're right, D. You're absolutely right, D. But you got some stupid ass motherfuckers. You really got some dumb ass motherfuckers on here who couldn't even be you got some of these motherfuckers wouldn't even be trusted with a morning breakfast order for the staff. And they're out here telling multi-millionaires and billionaires, those who know code and how to build, how to operate. This is where we're at in the space. You have decentralized governance in Cardano. You have decentralized governance in Cardano, right? The people in Cardano holders get to say how Cardano operates. And you blame Charles? You're blaming Charles. And you're looking at market cap. You look right away, it's, oh, market cap down, bad. No. Forget about the market cap. Everything's down, by the way. Everything's down. Bitcoin goes down, everybody goes down, okay? Unless you're a stable coin, and you better behave, because we've seen what happens with stable coins, but I'm just saying in general. Cardano, you are a decentralized blockchain. You have your own governance. You got your own constitutions. You got your own D-reps representing you. And you're blaming Charles? You're blaming Charles? We talk so much about decentralization. in this space, decentralized shit. Here, and you get it. You finally get what you want, a decentralized platform, and you're bitching and complaining about the person who created it that has no say essentially on what happens. And it's been proven because you guys canceled the Cardano summit. You got this huge treasury, but you won't use it on nothing. You rather see companies within your ecosystem die. You won't save them or provide funding for them. You have, forget about the word KOL or influencers. You have people that dedicate their lives 24/7 to report on Cardano and clip up things that pertain to Cardano. And you know what you do? You do not want to pay them. You say that they deserve to work for free. And if they want to talk about Cardano, they'll do it for free. So you don't incentivize them. You got some of the best clippers and best creators commentating on Cardano's ecosystem, and you refuse to pay them. When they submit a proposal, you refuse to fund them. You have things that are being built on Cardano, you refuse to fund them. And then you blame everybody else, and that everybody else is Charles. You blame him for the don't blame him, blame yourselves. You are conducting yourselves like Democrats and Republicans currently in Congress. You'd rather shut down the government and see people lose their jobs, okay? And see businesses close up than to fund your own ecosystem, which is in your hands. It's not in Charles's hands, it's in your hands. It is in your hands to save Cardano. It's not in Charles. If you're blaming Charles, give him back the keys. Very simple. You blame Charles, then give him back the keys and let him right the ship. Give him the treasury, give him the keys to Cardano, shut the fuck up and sit the fuck back down. Don't talk about decentralization. Let him run the ship then. Because all you got to do is look what Midnight's doing. With Midnight, which is going to benefit Cardano, which you guys can't comprehend, that goes over your head, how that's going to benefit Cardano's ecosystem. Look what Midnight's been able to do. Forget about me. Forget about this logo. Charles has gone on a goddamn tour along with the team across the world. And you have the audacity, you guys have the audacity to blame somebody. Like I said again, you're in full control. Your D-reps are in full control. You guys are in full control of what happens to Cardano. It is in your hands. It is in your hands. You decide Cardano's future, not Charles. Charles said that he's taking a timeout. He's taking a time. I'm going to tell you one thing. I swear to God, man. I'm going to stop. I'm going to stop. You know what? Cardano, within your government, you don't have a real leader. You don't have a real leader within the D-reps to tell you all, look what we're doing to ourselves. We are absolutely eating ourselves alive. You don't have somebody with aura. You don't got somebody that steps into the room that means business. You don't have that. And the person that built the goddamn place, you push them away. And then you wonder why? You wonder why? Okay. You don't have to wonder. I broke it down for you in layman's terms. And if you didn't understand it in layman's terms, I'll get a pop-up book for you, okay? You know the ones in pre-K? You open them up and you pop. This is a house. Pop house. I can go ahead and do that for you too. Say what you want about Charles. I'm going to tell you this right now. Say what you want about Charles. Whether you like him or hate him, he got motion. Love him or hate him, he has motion. More motion than 99% of the founders here. Here's a guy who goes in front of Congress and talks about blockchain, not just Cardano, but advocates for the space. He knows people that others don't. But yet, you guys have the audacity to sit there and blame him when he gave you a chain in ecosystem, which we all talked about for years. He gave it to you. Some guy just said, do you own ADA? Well, do I own ADA? Why should you listen? You don't have to listen to me. You do not have to tune into the show. You don't have to listen to me. You don't have to do anything. You can leave right now. I could care less. I don't care if you ever tune into my show. I don't care if one person tunes into my show. You guys just hate, you hate facts. That's what you hate. You hate facts. You hate when people tell you what reality is. And that's why I go back to, you guys have never ran a business. You don't know what it takes to build a business. So it's easy for you guys to go out there and just criticize anybody building. Vic, Cake Wallet, criticize Vic, who has spent his own money. Here, ready? Vic, the creator of Cake Wallet, who has spent his own money building, who's advocated for privacy when nobody thought it was really cool or much needed. Here you go, trying to get at Vic, the Zcashers, or trying to get at Vic and make false claims that IP addresses are stored. Are you guys really, I gotta tell you, you are something special. Like, you are special ed special. That is what I think of when I read some of this crazy ass fucking shit that is written on the timeline. How many of these guys are building something in this space? You just got to ask yourself this. And the people that are putting out these statements, what have they done? What have they done for the industry except extract? What have they done? Show me a business that you've built. Go ahead. Show it to me. I'd love to see these businesses. Just because you have a camera and you talk into it? No. Not everybody's a content creator just because they got a microphone and a camera. Sorry to break the news to you. Everybody automatically labels themselves, what are you? Oh, I'm a content creator. Because they created 3 pieces of content and the gibberish that was said, nobody understood. I'm a content creator. That's why I hate when people say, hey, you're no, I'm not a content creator. I'm in media. I have a show. We break down news. I'm not a content creator. I'm not an influencer. I'm not your role model. I'm not no KOL in this KOL. Like, I respect people that say, hey, Dave, you are like a KOL. No, I'm not. Not in the terms that you label that shit in, okay? I am not. You label these motherfuckers here a KOL, a key opinion leader, because they come on the timeline and say good morning in a goddamn bathing suit. What are we buying today? That's a KOL? Are you fucking kidding me? These are the people that you look up to? These are the KOL. They ain't speaking at Fortune 500 conferences. KOLs. Your favorite KOL goes on the timeline, says GM, which is so stupid, okay? Lazy ass motherfuckers say GM. Y'all got me to say GM because it was the cool thing, but I ain't lazy, so I stopped saying good morning in general. Lazy sons of bitches. GM, what are we buying today? Shut the fuck up. How about that? That's what I'm buying you, a can of shut the fuck up. Fucking can of shut the fuck up. Because nobody gives a shit about what you got to say. How are you a KOL? Now, I know people that gauge the crowd. I do this too. I'll put a, hey, what is it? Is everybody buying crypto today? Like, is anybody buying? And that's sarcasm. I know you guys are so stupid. You don't understand sarcasm. The only people that understand me in general are people from the Northeast. Okay? They understand the way I speak, my slang, all that shit. They understand they understand what I'm trying to bring to the table. How I'm breaking this bread. They get it. The rest of you clowns don't. Oh, look at him. Look at what. Shut the fuck up again. KOLs. This is the KOLs. Fucking dancing. What we're buying. Dancing in the video. What the fuck we're buying. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, where am I? I want to retire. I'm good. I just want to retire. You know what? If I didn't love doing this show, I'd be done. If I didn't love building, like I am so close to building G Media into a behemoth. If I wasn't close, I'd probably say, fuck this. Let me just do the show every day and just like say what I gotta say, report on the goddamn news, educate a few people, and done. And then go into a pool, butt naked, and do some butterflies, okay? Maybe backstrokes. Relax, no Diddy. It is disappointing. It is. It really is. It is very disappointing. It's extremely disappointing. Because we're gonna be left here with no build. You know what incentive? By the way, what incentive does anybody have to come here and build front facing? Like, I want you guys to really let that marinate for a second. What incentive do people have that know how to build, know how to code? What incentive do they have to come here and do it? Like, what's the incentive? What, for them to get brain damage? Lose IQ? Like, what? What is the incentive? Like, I'm thinking about this right now as we're speaking here. on this show. Like, what is the incentive? I wouldn't see any, like, what is the incentive to come here? And then you're wondering why things are the way they are right now? You're wondering why things are the way they are with all these fucking broccoli head motherfuckers coming on here into this industry and launching every 2 seconds. You got accounts that have launched 93,000 tokens that have made $1 million off of the fees alone. This is not normal. Like, this is not normal. We have 40 million cryptocurrencies. That's not normal. 40 million. And I know people are going to say, well, they're not alive anymore. Yeah, that's the point, Sherlock. That's the entire point. Is that they're not alive, but what they do is they saturate the market. They spread out the liquidity so thin that nothing fucking runs. Everybody's attention span is 0. Everybody comes on to social media. I'm talking to somebody, I'm like, yo, this XYZ is pretty cool. They're like, yo, check out this though. The conversation, I'm telling you, it's like you came to a sales convention and everybody's trying to sell you an RV. I had somebody tell me yesterday, you know what? Maybe the best bet is Bitcoin. Yeah, maybe the best bet is Bitcoin. That's what somebody said. Like they thought about it. Because we talked about it a day before. They thought about it, saying, you know what? Maybe the best bet here is just going all into Bitcoin and just enjoying the summer. And I said, yeah, probably is the best bet. Probably is. Because that person said it's the only thing that goes up when the markets come back. And a lot of you guys, I sit back and you're just like, you know, like the whole point of crypto was not to go back into fiat. The whole point was to pay with crypto, to use crypto to make payments. Yet we're still, that's why we're like only we're probably 2 or 3 years away from people finally adjusting and paying with, but like every conversation, oh, I'm gonna have $1 million. It's like, hold on, you're converting back to fiat? The whole point was to escape fiat. You're going back into the system. That's not the point of crypto. The point of crypto was to escape the centralized world. This is why I know like people are still not learning anything. Like a lot of people come to these shows, they'll nod their heads, and then like a goldfish, they're back to doing what they're accustomed to doing. Some people just love and enjoy pain. People just enjoy pain. Getting that belt to ass type of thing. Like, I think people just enjoy that. You're supposed to spend your Bitcoin. Like, the whole principle of Bitcoin was to spend it. And I get it. We're in the United States of America. We are spoiled. Regardless of your tax bracket, we are spoiled. So we hodl. Because everybody's talking about $1 million Bitcoin. So why would you sell Bitcoin if it's going to $1 billion? Why would you sell it? There is no point to sell Bitcoin if it's going to $1 million. You're gonna hodl, right? Third world countries, banana republics, they're not hodling Bitcoin, they're using it. If not Bitcoin, the transactions happen in stables or some other cryptocurrency. The whole concept, at least this is what I thought I came here for. I came here a long time ago thinking, or at least I was educated by people I believe that are smarter than me, that were here before me, that peer-to-peer transactions, you cut out the middleman. We're not rooting for the banks to come in here. Fuck the institutions, fuck the establishment. We finally get an opportunity to participate at the table. That's my line of thinking. You guys are asking me why I'm not celebrating institutions coming in. I get it. You're celebrating if you have Bitcoin, if you have the major assets that perform well. Well, like of course you love what's happening when institutions pour in money. You're making money. I get it. I love the fact too that everybody blames manipulation when we're going down. Well, let's blame it when we go up. Let's talk about manipulation of the markets when they go up. Because if there's manipulation going down, then certainly there's manipulation when it's going up. That's why, honestly, like, I don't take this space seriously. This space is full of unserious people. Maybe 10% of the people in this space are serious. 90% are not serious at all. Like, this is not a serious space. When you go into rooms and you say, hey, man, you should be diversified, and that doesn't mean in crypto, but diversified in terms of in everything, and people are not taking you seriously, it's an unserious space. Every market every market is manipulated. Bottom line. Every market, in my eyes and my humble opinion, is manipulated. So I already know that the bottom is in, or we're close to the bottom, because we have people, and I talked about this with Landy before, yesterday or for the last 2 days, stocks. Stocks have been, I got to tell you, the stock market has been, I am grateful. But I see a lot of people now talking about stocks. Hey, fuck crypto. We're shifting into stocks. I'm going into AI stocks. I'm going into, okay. That's why I feel like the bottom is close. The bottom is close. It's maybe a month to 4 months away. Like it's somewhere here. It's somewhere here. I'm not Miss Cleo. Nobody is. God rest her soul. I don't know what day it's going to happen. I'm not one of those people that are going to tell you, I know exactly what time this shit is going to happen. I don't do it. And this is not a shot at Landy, by the way. I don't do astrology, okay? I ain't looking at Venus and Mars. And that's not what Landy does, by the way. There are other people that do this whole, the fucking, what is it? Renegade or retrograde in the planets, the way they shifted on these nuts. And they circled, like, no. No. We're in retrograde, so the mood of the balance of the Bitcoin, like, shut the fuck up. Just shut up. All this shit, shut up. Unserious people. Somebody asked me for my sign. I'm a Sagittarius, man. But somebody just said, if you're investing in crypto right now, you're an idiot. To the contrary, I would tell you that right now, at least me, this is where I'm looking at crypto and saying, I'm buying. I'm buying crypto now because I feel like we are close to the bottom and 2027 is right around the corner. That's it. Summer's here. Summer's here. For those who don't know, because you don't look out your window and you don't check the weather channel and you don't know what time or month it is, summer's here. It's here. It's upon us. Why would you want to be on the internet? And this is why I kind of look at Charles like, Charles, you don't need this. You want to be on the internet? You want to be on social media? Well, you got summer. Charles, go to the Amazon. Get on that Black Hawk, go fly off, go party, go enjoy yourself. Fighting with a bunch of people that, you'd see these people in real life, they would never scream at you. They would never have the audacity to say the shit that they say. They wouldn't say it to Vic in person. They wouldn't say it to Charles. They wouldn't and some of you guys are gonna point to me and say, yo, but didn't you say something about Vitalik yesterday? Yeah, it's called sarcasm. And some of it was true, but it's called sarcasm. And I know that goes over your fucking heads because you're unserious and uneducated. That's 100%. Uneducated, unserious. It goes over your head. Yeah, Vitalik should be fucking hugging the meme community, hugging retail in general, saying, I love you, thank you for supporting Ethereum. We're gonna take it to new levels. We're gonna figure this out. Nope. He comes out and he talks about goddamn fucking writing sci-fi decentralized governments. I mean, this man got my net worth in his hands and he's sniffing robotic ass. Okay? He's out here sniffing robotic ass and talking about he's writing sci-fi books with my net worth in his fucking hands. So what do you want me to say? Oh, great. Keep going, my man. That's right, V, I believe in you. Keep sniffing robotic ass. That's right. Come out with a whole Game of Thrones type of trilogy up in this bitch. Absolutely, I want to see it. I absolutely want to see it. When I'm homeless, like I said, when I am homeless because Ethereum goes to zero, at least I'll have Vitalik's sci-fi books to lay back and read while I try to figure out how I can heat my body up because it's fucking negative 20 degrees outside in New York City. Now I'm kind of starting to think, man, like certain people should have, they should be liquid for $10 million to participate in crypto. And those who participate in the stock markets understand what I just said. And if you didn't understand it, then fucking use ChatGPT to understand it. That would keep the broccoli head motherfuckers out of here. The broccoli head motherfucker. You have the audacity to walk outside with that kind of fucking haircut, the broccoli head hair. Like, what is... Anyway, we're going to pivot real quick to... I wanted to talk about this about Poly Market. Look, I posted this yesterday. Fuck is it? Where the fuck is it? All right, hold on. Let me go to my profile. Hold on one second. Am I just blind? Oh, okay, here it goes. Post this up. Polymarket has, this was yesterday. This came from Raw Alerts, but they're looking at Gavin Newsom is now tied, Gavin Newsom is now tied with J.D. Vance in the 2028 presidential election odds. And that's from Polymarket. I saw this also on Polymarket. I'm like, and this is what I wrote. Gavin Newsom destroyed California, and now people want him to completely destroy America? Gavin Newsom. Have you seen what Gavin has done in California? And this is who you want to bring. You want this man running the country? He's chased away millionaires and billionaires out of California. They've moved to Texas. Go to Polymarket. I got to tell you, I go to polymarket.com, especially for political issues. I go to Polymarket to see what is, let me gauge the crowd. What is happening here? Gavin Newsom, out of all people, Gavin Newsom. Wow. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. As ridiculous as seeing unemployed individuals telling people who have built things and employed people within this industry how to build a product. We'll be right back after this commercial break. We'll have Rob Nelson. He was crying yesterday because I could not make his show. So I said, you know what? Let me bring him on here. We'll spend 15 minutes breaking down some political issues, and then we'll get back to this crypto shit. And I'm going to tell you where we're going. You want hope? I'm going to give you hope. We'll be right back.
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh, wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's where we build Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. I'm good. Blood pressure's fine. BPM is totally fine. By the way, pick up my new single, I Don't Give a Fuck. It's in stores now, and you can stream it on Apple. You got Apple Music or Spotify. That's the album cover. I Just Don't Give a Fuck. Okay, that's the name of the album. You can pre-order it. Okay, pre-order it now. So we're back to the show. Back to the show. And we got Rob here. Let me bring in Rob here. So we're going to have this conversation. He can stop crying. Rob Nelson, who has a show Mondays and Wednesdays on the Gakshi Media Network at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, breaks down trending news, obviously dives into politics. And not just politics. He talks about everything. And he's very knowledgeable. Even though I pick on him, he's very knowledgeable. Rob, how's it going?
Good, man. No tears on my end today.
No tears. Good. I'm happy. You have your Kleenex next to you or no?
You know what? No, I've had a lot of time to think. You know, I've been on the beach in Florida. Now I'm on a horse ranch in Virginia. You know, I'm actually with a very prominent conservative. So you know, you don't have to worry about my Kamala Harris roots here. I won't say his name, but a very prominent American conservative. I'm spending a little time here. You know, getting reindoctrinated into the ethos of the Trump world. David, it's good to see you. You blew me off yesterday. The excuse of traffic. I understand you were scared because you were scared, but you know what? This is good now. This is like an intervention. So I'm doing an intervention right now. And here's my intervention. Here's what I realized. And it really helped me have compassion for you. The Trump derangement syndrome is so out of control. People literally, we've talked about it. It is so dysfunctional. The way half this country, or at least 20-30% of it, reacts to anything President Trump does in such and the media in such a visceral way that I understand why people who support him to a large degree, which would be you, feel necessary to defend everything he does because he's literally being shot at 24/7, no matter what he says. So I realize, I understand it's a reflexive thing to be like, listen, this guy's been unfairly attacked. You know, I want to just say before we get into the politics of Iran, I watched a clip the other day of Trump in the 80s. He sounds the same. He's a good looking guy. He still has the same cadence. He sounds younger. And it's on like CBS or something. And they're asking him why he doesn't run for president. And he's like, he's in his late 30s. And he's like, you know, I'm not the guy to do it. He's like, but they're really smart people out here. They're really smart business leaders, and they'd make great leaders, but they won't do it. They want nothing to do with politics. And then he says, but someday there's going to be one person, one man who will come along and do it. And she's like, one man, one person? He's like, yeah, it's going to take one person who's willing to do what everyone else won't do, even if it's unpopular. And that person's going to come along. And I want to be part of helping find that person. He was not hiding that he thought it was him. He's like, I'm not that guy. But I thought about it. I was like, he predicted his own future. He became the one guy who would step up and do from the outside what no one else would do. And for that, he's been shot at, like unfairly prosecuted, ridiculed, hammered by the media. They warped an election, hiding the truth on Biden. I get why people feel a need to defend him. But I think it's okay to also acknowledge he's human. He makes mistakes. And on this Iran thing, I feel like they've made a kind of a mistake. And I'm worried this is not going to end where we want it to end.
Rob, I just want to tell you before we move forward that Landy is usually on the show for 15 minutes breaking down charts and then going into his little political spiel. I told him that I'm having you on today because you were crying like an ex-girlfriend within, it's true. You were crying like an ex-girl, all right, in the text messages. And I said, Landy, I'm going to have to bring on Rob today. Landy unfollowed me. Okay, so I'm letting you know right now, this better be a good segment because Landy is not talking to me. He has unfollowed me. And reports are coming out that he has blocked me. Okay? So now I'm going to have to do men's astrology Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays and bring them charts in and tell you the Venus and Moon and the stars align Milky Way things and MACDs and RSIs.
Mhm.
Like, this is your fault.
Okay,
Because you
I'll take
wanted to sit to my
responsibility.
DMs and cry like an ex-girlfriend that couldn't accept the fact that we're done.
Well,
Now, to your point about Trump, yes, it is unfair that a man who is a multi-billionaire, hasn't profited, no matter, well, people can say the organization has from crypto, but in the grand scheme of things, him personally, his net worth has gone down, not up. Right? Up
Yep.
until, let's say, if you want to talk about what the world, Liberty Finance, what I'm talking about, up until recently, it's all gone down.
Yep.
He's assassination attempts. He's talked about the same thing for 40 years.
Yep.
It hasn't changed. It's
I
not like
agree.
you woke up one day and say, hey, you know what? I'm just going to run on these things because they're popular at the moment. No. He's like, we got to fix our country. So,
Yep.
yes, Iran, by the way, so let's talk about Iran, right? You think it's a mistake?
I don't
Let
think
me
it's a
say
mistake. I never said that.
You're using words
No, don't put
That-
words in my mouth.
that are
I said I don't think it's working out the way. I want to be clear. So you don't get to do.
There you
don't
go.
get to-
There you
don't
go.
get to see. You don't get to CNN me here.
You
and
don't
say I
let me
said something I
speak.
didn't say.
You're not
Okay.
letting me speak.
Well, you're saying
I thought
said
you
it
were
was
in
a mistake.
control. I thought you were in control of yourself.
Go ahead, take up the segment to tell me why I'm. throw me
I'm
under the
just
bus. I have to
saying-
give the facts.
They were going to close the strait anyway. And if they would have closed it with nuclear weapons and missiles that go further than 2,000 miles, and they build up their military, nobody would have been able to go and reopen anything.
Yeah.
So all this straits closed because the United States of America went and did. No. They were 2 years, guaranteed 2 years away from closing
Why
it.
you got to
So-
make the argument? Why you got to make the argument I'm not making? I don't you seem to misunderstand something. I don't think we did the wrong thing. I don't care. They were going to eventually close the strait. If they got a nuclear weapon, they were going to do more than close the strait. They were going to nuke Israel. And if they could have hit Europe, they'd hit Europe. I don't think the mistake was going after them. I think the mistake was thinking that we could negotiate a settlement. That's my point. When Secretary Bessent went on Morning Futures on Sunday, he said, we did not do regime change. We degraded the regime. Still the same regime, just degraded, right? I know they were going to probably close the strait sooner or later. They were going to sooner or later make a nuclear weapon. I don't have a problem that we went in and bombed them twice. I have a problem that we stopped and that we are now trying to have a, quote, peace talk. This ceasefire stuff is a joke. We're in a ceasefire and they keep shooting. This morning, they said, we're not even going to accept your terms. Like, yesterday, if Hezbollah doesn't and Lebanon and Israel don't make peace. So what does Hezbollah do? They reject the terms of the peace agreement that Israel and Lebanon have made. Iran has no interest in negotiating this out. They are stalling. My whole point has been, if it's true that we are as powerful as we say, strangle them economically till they simply can't sustain themselves anymore, can't pay their guards, can't pay their military, can't afford anything, and use selective military strikes on them. All I was saying is this negotiating, if you open the strait, we'll have 60 days of talks where you promise not to develop a nuclear weapon. My only point, David, is, and the only thing I'm critical of is Trump saying they've agreed not to make a nuclear weapon. And that's a huge deal. They agreed not to make a nuclear weapon in 2015. I didn't buy it then. I don't buy it now. That was the whole joke of the 2015 thing with Obama. We're not going to make a nuclear weapon. It's in the preface of the agreement. Of course they were going to make a nuclear weapon. I don't care what they say. They're going to make a nuclear weapon. And my final point is, the reason why is that I think, and I've said this before, I think we think they are rational actors. The Iranian regime's goal is simply to survive. They've made it for 50 years. They don't care. And I think the reason we are not striking them militarily is because I think we realized, even though we could do massive damage, it wouldn't be fast enough that they couldn't launch all kinds of shit into the Gulf. They've got ballistic missiles. They're already doing it. They could launch all kinds of stuff at the desalination plants, at the oil production. They could wreak havoc in the Gulf in 42 hours. And I think that's what we know. We even if we bomb the crap out of them, they'll still shoot off whatever they can. So I think we're in a bind where we need them to agree to something. And I just don't like what the agreement's going to be, because there's no agreement I'll accept. We promise to is meaningless. Open the strait, give us the uranium, and then we'll talk. Until then.
Okay, so if these things happen, are you okay with everything else that happens after that?
If they open the strait and agree to give us the uranium before we do anything. We don't do a thing till you do that. We're not negotiating. We're negotiating with them.
But that's what Rubio.
I don't want to negotiate with them.
That's what Rubio said in Congress yesterday.
No, he said we're having these talks and we're moving toward it, and we're going to have 60 days if they do this to do this.
No, but he said, like, we are not moving. There's 3 phases. We are not moving until these 2 things are done.
He sort of did and sort of didn't.
Rubio doesn't sort of do anything. Rubio is very straightforward.
Look, Trump keeps saying we're going to have an agreement, maybe by the end of the weekend.
You didn't watch it. You did not watch him.
I did watch it. I watched him in Congress. I watched Scott Besson on Sunday Morning Futures. I watched President Trump.
Watch yesterday.
I did watch yesterday. But you're missing my point. They're saying.
I'm not, because you're saying he didn't say it when he did.
Okay, I'm framing it differently. We are in negotiations with Iran. We are in a ceasefire with Iran. And they are setting terms for that ceasefire.
They're not.
They are. They're saying, they said, David, they said we won't come to the table if Israel and Lebanon, hold on. They said we won't continue talks if Israel and Lebanon continue. What did Trump do? He called Bibi Netanyahu, he said he did, and said, you are making this really hard for me to negotiate. So stop bombing Lebanon. That's my point. Iran dictated that term. I feel like we should not be negotiating with them. There should be no conversation, no negotiation, no ceasefire. You open the strait. You make clear that you put your guns down, stop firing shit into the Gulf, and we will then stop bombing you. And we will still not stop choking you economically, but we will talk to you at that point, and we will consider the fastest way to get that uranium. We are not negotiating with you. We are not in peace talks. We are in do what we say, or we are going to bomb and suffocate you. That's all I'm saying. I'm much harder line on this than anybody. I don't want negotiations with Iran. It's meaningless. They won't honor anything they say. They're just stalling for time, David. You know that. They're stalling.
You have Trump derangement syndrome.
No, I don't, David. So how can I have Trump derangement syndrome when I'm the one that's saying we should go in and bomb them and suffocate them?
Because I said,
you got to help me understand this.
Hold on.
I'm literally the opposite end of the spectrum. I want to be harder on them.
The United States of America is, we are being hard on them. And that is, we have destroyed their economy. Okay.
Not enough.
We have left them with no money to pay any of their people. Okay. We are blockading anything from Iran to leave the strait.
Yes.
They are absolutely suffering.
They're suffering. They're not gone. My point is, you have to strangle them till they're gone.
This is strangulation.
Not if we take our foot off their necks in the next month.
We're not. Nobody's taking the foot off any gas pedal.
Okay. That's where I think you're wrong. The agreement that's going to happen.
I think that you're wrong.
Now, all right. Well, you're going to see. If they make an agreement, although I don't think Iran wants to, they're going to promise to open the strait. They're not going to agree that they don't get to still control it. They're going to still say they do. And they're going to agree to talk to us for 60 days about giving us the enriched uranium. And in exchange, they're going to ask us to do something. If we do something, I have a problem. If we don't do anything, if we say no, we're not doing a thing. We're not lifting a single sanction. We're not releasing any money. We're not letting up. We're doing we are literally, and you fire a single missile, we triple the response. That's what I want. I want harder line, not softer line. And I want to give the Iranian people
I don't
a
think
chance
I
to
don't
make the
think the
government.
United States of America has been soft on anything since this happened.
I'd say stopping bombing them was soft. We should have kept going. We
Okay.
should have gone after the
You know what?
bridges
You
and
guys are really
infrastructure.
confusing. 1 minute, it's like ceasefire, let's have the conversation.
I
And
never
in
said
order to
that.
have the conversation, you have to pause the bombing,
I didn't
right?
want a ceasefire. I didn't want to pause.
If other nations are trying to come together and trying to put together trying to put together a deal, do you continue bombing?
Yes.
So you continue bombing while people are trying to come to a table in an already toxic situation,
Yes.
and you're gonna get what out of it?
Because this is my point. Now you're getting it. There
No,
is
I
no
got it.
negotiation.
I got
There
it. It
is,
just doesn't.
okay.
You don't go.
Because
They've already obliterated everything.
you just no, we didn't obliterate everything, or they wouldn't still be in power at all. They still have stuff. They still have missiles. They have a lot more missiles than we thought. They've been pulling them out. They still got a lot of launchers. They're still sitting on a ton of enriched uranium that's almost weapons grade. They're still able to fund. They're struggling. They're suffering, but they're not completely collapsed. Not totally. Here's my point. I never wanted a ceasefire. This is what you don't understand. I've never changed my view. I don't care if the entire world is saying, hey, take time and talk. There is no negotiating with this government. They have no intention of honoring. It's the scorpion, the frog. The frog says, the scorpion says, take me across the water. The frog's like, no, you're a scorpion. You'll stab me. Why would I stab you? I'll drown. So the frog says, okay. Halfway across, the scorpion stabs the frog. The frog says, now we're both going to drown. Scorpion says, yeah, well, I'm a scorpion. Iran's a scorpion. There is no negotiating with them. There is no deal they will honor. They simply want to eradicate the West, eradicate the Jews. They're on a holy mission. They don't care as long as they survive in any shape or form like a cockroach. They don't care. We shouldn't negotiate. I don't care if the whole world wants us to. We should bomb, strangle until they are gone and the Iranian people can take control of their government. Anything else is going to lead to 5 years down the road. They're going to find a way to do the same thing. And they're going to somehow
That
get
requires the Iranian people to step up as well. Okay?
They
Step up
need
to the
the
table as
government
well.
to be crushed farther.
But we have done that, and we will
haven't
continue
fully.
to do that.
Take out the bridges. Take out the power plants. Go after Cargill Island.
We will. If they don't come to the table, that's what we'll do. But like, we're negotiating to try to end this.
I don't want to negotiate to end it. I want to end them.
Well, I get, so like, this is where Americans are all stuck. Okay? Because there's nothing Trump can do to win in this situation.
Yeah, there is.
No. Because if he does go full in and say, forget the negotiations, I'm going all in.
Right?
He's going to be ripped apart.
Sure he will.
He's negotiating a peace deal. He's going to be ripped apart.
Yep.
He's in a no-win situation.
No, he is in a win situation.
For trying to save the world from a terrorist regime.
Yeah.
He's in a no-win. They say that Israel controls Trump. Meanwhile, Trump is motherfuckering Bibi.
This was my point. You're defending. Hold on.
Trump can't win because there's a bunch of people in our own country that go on to mainstream media channels and they consistently put out bullshit because they just don't like him. And then you have a bunch of unemployed people who just sit there who have nothing to do all day that let it marinate inside of them and say, you know what, these people, Rachel, what is her, Madoff? Is it Madoff or Madden? She's right. Madoff is right.
David, I want you to hear me.
CNN is right.
David, I want you to hear me.
Phillips is right.
David, I want you to hear me. This was how I started this out. You feel a need, understandably, to defend him. He can't win in this situation. Hold on. These are your words. He can't win. If
He's the president of the United States of America.
If he does this, they'll jump on him. If he does that, they'll jump on him. If he goes for peace, they'll get him. If he goes for war, they'll get him.
I know what you're going to say right now. I know what you're going to say right now.
What am I going to say?
So he might as well take him out.
Not might as well. The goal isn't for him to win right now. The goal is for him to accomplish the objective, which is why I brought up what he said. Whoever is that person, which ended up being him, will do things people don't like because they're the right thing to do. He's going to get picked. If he goes to war more, he's going to get shot at. But the truth is, if he doesn't go to war and makes peace, he's going to get shot at by the very same people They're going to shoot at Trump no matter what he does. So don't worry about getting shot at. Worry about what is the goal. Make sure Iran never has a nuclear weapon, get rid of this regime, and let the Iranian people take control of their country. That were the stated goals at the beginning. So do it. All I'm saying is you can't negotiate your way to that. This regime will never negotiate itself out of power. This regime will never agree to honor any of its commitments to give up nuclear weapons or keep trying to fund wars in the Middle East. They'll just stall. This regime will not do what it says. It's broken the ceasefire. It's literally shooting at its neighbors in the middle of the ceasefire. The reality is there's no negotiating. So yes, do the ugly, unpopular thing. The war's already not popular. He can't make himself less popular. Just finish the job. Go in, bomb the fuck out of him, strangle him harder and say, we do nothing. We don't have a single diplomatic conversation till you do what we say. We're not negotiating. We're the parents in the room. No, we're not negotiating. When you do what we say, we will talk. Not until then. That's what I want. That's not hating on Trump. That's admiring his ability to do it. And I think he has very little to lose at this point. He's going to get beat up no matter what. He's already taken the hits in the polls. So at least finish the job. Don't let him hit you and saying, after all that, you didn't get anything. Just go, you want to show me what I got? I'll fucking bomb them into the ground. I'll do what I said. I'll send their civilization back to fucking hell if that's what it takes. I'm for that. Put a fucking MAGA hat on me and call it the MAGA with foreign fucking affairs.
Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Nelson, everybody. I'm on a show Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I couldn't make it yesterday. Like I said again, he started texting me crying like an ex-girl, ex-chick.
I don't like
trying to
being
get
stood
with
up,
me.
man. I don't like being stood up.
See, there you go. You know, there you go.
You know?
But
Make people do what
Rob
they say.
Nelson is a veteran of mainstream media. He's had his own show on Fox. He's on the Gakshi News Network Mondays, Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, talking about these topics. You can go ahead and tune in. Thank you, Rob. I hope you enjoy your time with whoever you swiped right on with.
Wow. It's too bad you missed yesterday, my friend. It was a fun show, and it wasn't all about Iran. It was about COVID and about the government and about the lies and the pharmaceutical industrial complex.
You can't say that on TikTok.
What?
They limit your visibility for saying anything that I don't know. It's just weird.
Oh, I didn't mean that. I meant to say it was about the NBA
it's okay.
final.
It doesn't matter. You said it. You said it right. It doesn't matter.
You misunderstood the word.
Yes.
That's my point.
Wow, high viewership on TikTok for you. That's crazy. They actually liked you. I'm blown away by that. I'm blown away.
But one day you'll understand the charm, man. One day it's all part of my charm. It's good to see you, David. I know you got to go back to the markets. Come on, I'm going to listen.
Aura, look at you. Look, he's like, yes, I got to finish my point for once. I love to see it. Look at you. You're blushing. I love to see it.
I'm not blushing. I have bad lighting again.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm in a horse farm. I appreciate you. Are you going to show up on Wednesday? Are you going to show up on Wednesday?
I am showing up on Wednesday. And I'll see you tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I'll see you with Landy.
Yeah,
right.
I'll see you with Landy.
I choose to make it. All right, man.
Now go ride a horse.
All right, I will. Bye.
That's Rob Nelson, everybody. Really good guy. Breaks down politics. He's been in the industry for a very long time. Breaks down trending news. I don't disagree with him on a lot of topics, but I feel like he likes fighting with me. So it's weird. But shout out to him. Landy's no longer my friend. He unfollowed me. So he unfollowed me. Landy unfollowed me. Landy unfollowed me because I brought Rob on instead of him coming on because I owed it to Rob, right? You seen how Rob came on. You seen how he started blushing? You see how Rob started blushing when he came on? He was in my text message. How dare you? I thought we had something. We'll be back. We're back talking about some crypto here. Okay, we'll look at the markets right after this commercial break.
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh, wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. Welcome back to the show. My monitor has completely gone blank. So that's why I said we had technical difficulties today coming onto the show. But welcome back to the breakdown, episode 722. You see the sponsors. Shout out to all the sponsors. Let's go ahead and look at, Bitcoin, obviously under $62,000, 4-month low. Let's see where it's at right now. Let's bring up G Markets. Let's look at G Markets and see where it's at. Because it might be above 62. It is above 62. Let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin right now. G Markets. Let's go ahead and put this up here and share with the crowd. It's free, by the way. It's free. You want to be ahead of the game? Tune into G Markets. Okay? You want to get ahead of the game? Tune into G Markets. There you go. Bitcoin right now, 63,741. Is this it? Are we closing in on the bottom? Or is the bottom at somewhere at 56.58? That's where I'm gonna throw that out there for you right now. Is the bottom somewhere at here, or is the ultimate bottom at 58? When people start saying 40, it's the same shit that was said previously, last cycle. Remember when people were saying, hey guys, we're going lower than 15.5. We're going to 7,000. That never happened. We stopped at 15.5, reversal. So are we here? Are we close to reversing? I think we are. That's my personal opinion. Could we go down to 40? We could. I mean, we could go down to $10. I think at some point, We got to look and see that people are on the timeline. They are crying. There are people saying, there's one thing that stood out of my mind today. Choose Rich, the guy Nick O'Neill. Yesterday, a clip, I seen it online on my feed. He said, why would you even buy Bitcoin? I'm paraphrasing, but that's basically what he said. Why would you even buy Bitcoin? That's where I already know. It is my time to start buying. And not just Bitcoin. I already know that that's my signal to buy. I'm not talking about just him, but everybody having this reaction. It's over. There's no real use. You had people go on to other shows saying I sold it for the first time. I sold my Bitcoin for the first time since I got into it decades ago. So now you have people coming out. I don't see a real use case. I don't really hear anything here for Bitcoin now with AI. That's when I know we are close to a reversal. When people are speaking, when people are putting content out there like that. And when it bounces, it's going to be something special. So are you doing everything possible to front run the market? Look, I will tell you my strategy right now. We're in the 60s. I'm DCAing. If hypothetically the $40,000 crowd is right, I'll buy at $40,000. If I'm buying from 60 to 40, it'll all pan out here. It'll average out for me, and I'll be totally fine. I'm not chasing an extra $10,000. I'm not going to lose sleep over an extra $50,000 or even $500,000, okay? I am not losing sleep over that. I am not going to let my hair turn gray, and I will not lose my hair, and I will not lose my looks. I will not get crow's feet, wrinkles, and fine lines chasing an extra $500,000, only to then have to use $500,000 to get plastic surgery to look sort of young again. Nah. I like the way I look. I like the way my hair looks. I love my eyebrows. I'm not doing none of that stuff. I'm not doing that. I'm the original OG looks maxer, man, without hammers. I am literally the original OG looks maxer without the hammers, without plastic surgery. None of this shit. None of it. The OG of this shit. Polymarket, put up this bet. This guy went ahead and said, put up a bet. When is my hair going to turn gray? This is what's going to happen. Mark my words. I'm in the traditional markets. So like, I don't want to see the stocks correct. I like this up and away thing. Like I am loving this. And a lot of this right now is happening. I said this for days already. A lot of this is happening. There's a lot of things that are making crypto go backwards. One of them is you got the SpaceX IPO. You got fucking Claude's parent company. They're going. So you have a lot of people running into AI stocks. You got a lot of people that want SpaceX. So they're coming in at the tail end. I'm not saying that the markets are going to stall out, but they're not going to be doing what they're doing right now. I think they're going to slowly continue to creep up. We'll have the money. We'll have all that money from the stock market reverse its way back in to crypto. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to happen because people, big money, they know how to make money and they know how to take advantage of opportunities. And right now, they see an opportunity in Bitcoin and some other major assets in crypto to take advantage of. They see it. They see the screaming and the crying as well. They know people are selling. Some of them have been out here saying, you know what? I don't know if I feel so comfortable with SAYLOR holding 4 to 5% of Bitcoin. That's probably pissing off BlackRock. Remember, BlackRock sees SAYLOR as retail. They don't want SAYLOR or Strategy holding 4 to 5% of Bitcoin. They don't want that. There could be a lot of things in play right now. Sit back, think bigger. There could be a lot of things in play. If you're BlackRock, SAYLOR, Strategy, they have 4 or 5%. No, let's put some pressure on them. And when you see BlackRock selling, those are clients selling. Okay, you keep on saying BlackRock, clients are selling. They're putting pressure on. I'm telling, this is one of my theories. They're putting pressure on SAYLOR. They are and this has nothing to do if cycles exist. This has nothing to do with 4-year cycles. I'm just saying they see SAYLOR. This is one of my theories. They're looking at SAYLOR. SAYLOR has 4 to 5% of Bitcoin. They're like, let's put some pressure on him. Let's put some pressure to the point where SAYLOR has to sell some. And when he sells, we'll pick up. We'll pick up some of that. Let's pressure him though a little bit. Let's see what he's all about. Let's put a little bit more pressure on it. Now, if SAYLOR comes out, if Strategy comes out, and Strategy sells and continues to sell due to pressure, then, this whole 40,000 equation, and some people even have it in the 25K area. I don't know. Could we have an FTX moment? I don't think so. I don't believe so. But the pressure from the institution, the big boy institutional players, to not see SAYLOR hold, because at the end of the day, you guys have a hard time going. I'm going to use meme tokens as an example. Ready? I'm going to use memes as an example. And actually, I will also use XRP as an example, because I can use XRP here. When you guys see memes that are being, that you see people are holding 20%, they're holding 20% of the token supply, you're not going to go in. There's always conversations like somebody's holding 20% of something, I'm not in. So that's the same way institutions are feeling about SAYLOR. Well, SAYLOR's holding 5%, I don't like this. And besides the institutions, you got maybe major players saying, this guy's holding 5%, I don't like it. Well, wait, maybe he'll sell. Maybe, again, these are just things that I'm throwing out there for you guys to just think about it. When XRP still had Jed in, when Jed was selling every single week, you had people say, I'm not going in, because like every time I buy, all that happens is Jed sells. There was a goddamn party when he sold his final, the whatever was left of his bag. People were partying. They're like, hey, finally, we got Jed out. Jed's out of here. XRP can thrive. Ripple can finally do big things. You guys don't remember? If you guys have been in XRP for a while, if you've been in the XRP army, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You had people that were hesitant to get into XRP because he was selling. And he had a lot to sell. He made a lot of money. And he was dumping every week. And you had people within the XRP circle saying, like, I don't know if I should stay into and continue to buy XRP. Maybe I should sell my XRP. You literally had that. I believe that we're close to bottoming. Jim Cramer came out and said that essentially Michael Saylor hurt Bitcoin. He said that either today or yesterday. I think it's today, this morning. Saylor said something. I mean, not Saylor. Jim Cramer said something. You already know what time it is. Jim Cramer goes out there, says something like that. You know what time it is. I believe, look, selfishly, I'll tell you this. From a selfish standpoint, I have no problem with Bitcoin going to fucking $2. I'd have no problem. I'd buy all of it, or as much as I could. I think it goes to, I love these levels. I love to see 58. Give me the 55 that you guys are crying for. I'll take it. I don't care. Put this in perspective also. It's not like you're using it right now, right? A lot of you guys, I think you need to go ahead and think about this. A lot of you guys are not using Bitcoin. So why the fuck do you care? You're not using XRP, you're not using XLM, you're not using Ethereum, you're not using Solana. So why do you care about where the price is? You're not taking out profits. So why do you care? If you see it go lower and you can grab some more, do it. Why do you care? Oh my God, Bitcoin's going, it's going under 60,000. So what? You weren't selling anyway. So I don't even understand all the fucking all the fucking panic. You weren't selling it at 80 and you're not selling it at 55. So why do you care? If anything, if you bought it at 90 and it goes to 55, then fucking take the opportunity to dollars cost average. What are you worried about? Oh my God, it's going down. It's over. No, it's not over. There are people that are taking profit out. They feel like they feel like it's okay for them to sell. Some of them are taking the money and going into the traditional markets, like I keep telling you, because the AI boom, SpaceX, they're trying to go, they're like, holy shit, look, the stock market continues to go up. S&P continues to break records. Why am I not there? Why am I in crypto? On the contrary, you should be doing everything possible, right? Like, do what the smart people are doing right now who are currently in stocks. They're taking profit from stocks and they're going to crypto. You know what I'm thinking? As I'm sitting here and talking to you guys, I'm actually thinking Trump will be the greatest stock market president and also crypto. And I'll tell you why. Right after the stock market is done with its run, all that money is going to transfer into crypto. And crypto will go back up, and your assets that you're holding will go back up. And new assets that you get into, because VCs will jump into the game and you get into it, they'll go back up. And Trump will be hailed as both sending the traditional markets and also sending the crypto market. And that's what I fully believe. This is a game of patience. This is literally a game of being patient. If you have the patience to wait all this stuff out, you will be rewarded handsomely. Bottom line, when people are scared to buy, that is when there is blood in the streets, and every investor will tell you that is the time you start looking at what should I grab? What underwear should I sell? Should I sell my dog? Should I sell my cat? Should I sell my parakeet? Should I sell everything I own? The lights, the studio, sell it all. Recycle bottles, get 5 cents, collect, go to people's houses, take out, to look into their recycling bins, take cans, go to the nearest Stop and Shop, Walmart, whatever it is, recycle, OnlyFans, Feed Finder. Sell your phone. I'll sell my beats. Okay, these beats can go. Yo, listen, $200 for these beats right now. 3 Solana for these beats. Actually, no, 1 Monero for these beats. What's going on? Who's with it? Who's with it? Let me say something. I remember Hype being at $10, $12. Hype was at $10, $12. Let's bring up Hype. And Landy's extremely hard on this. All Diddy. Landy loves it. Hyperliquid right now is $66. Institutions have told you they are in on Hype. I gotta give Hyperliquid fucking massive credit. Hyperliquid could have died and packed it up when CZ and the crew came out with Aster. It didn't go away. And it's obviously the institutions, the VCs, they see Hype as the one that they want to go with and build with. Where does Hype go from here? So let's look. Let's compare market caps. Let's compare market caps here. If Hype had the market cap of Solana, if Hyperliquid gets the market cap of Solana, it'd be at $179.35. That's a 2x. That's over 2x. Something tells me that hype is going to go higher. By the way, if you put $1,000 into hype right now, just $1,000 invested today into hype, and it hits Solana's market cap, your $1,000 will turn into a $2,700 profit. $10,000 invested today into hype at $66 will give you a $27,000 profit at Solana's market cap currently. If you put in 100 grand into Hyperliquid, you'd be at 270,000. Boys and girls, this is, ladies and gentlemen, this is exactly what you should be doing. G Markets gives you information where you don't have to search it out. Real-time info to help you. To help you dominate the markets. Yes, it's an educational tool and it's not financial advice, but it will help you. I could have made this, I gave this to you for free right now. You should be ahead of the game. You don't need to search. You can even look into your own portfolios right now, your own ports, and like put everything you hold into G Markets to analyze it. So you can see whether or not you should be holding it or not. Whether you should get more of whatever you're holding or maybe let go of it. We're close to the bottom, ladies and gentlemen. We are close to the bottom. 100% close to the bottom. We are close. Solana's at 68. I've been getting Solana. I've been getting Solana. 100%. What is Monero? Hold on. What's midnight at right now? Let's do midnight. Midnight is at 3 cents. If midnight does, let's go to, if midnight does, if midnight comes close to Monero, it's current market cap. You see it right there. Ladies and gentlemen, man, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. Of a lifetime. Crypto's dead. I've been here. I've been here. I've been here. Been here. Multiple markets. Seen this. I've seen it. I've seen it. It's not the first go around. And for a lot of you guys, it isn't either. It's all going to come back. And this is not me being a bull tart or anything and just like being extremely over bullish. No. It's just, this is it. This is where everybody's capped. Everybody's absolutely capped. They don't see a reason for Bitcoin. They don't see go look at the time. Like, they don't see a reason for anything. And they're absolutely looking at the stock market and saying, "How did I miss this? I should have been there." And now they're taking out their money and they're racing. And some of them will make money for the next month and a half, maybe even 2. But they'll ultimately hold. They won't take profits like they don't take profits in crypto, and they'll get destroyed, smacked, obliterated. And that money will circle right back into crypto. That's it. That's it. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back with the quote of the day right after this commercial break.
What first got you excited about blockchains? Think about it. Oh, wait. I bet it wasn't multi-million-dollar hacks, exposed data, or finding somewhere safe to store your seed phrase. Was it? Maybe it was the idea of decentralizing a broken financial system. Maybe it was imagining a world where people own their own data and get to sharing the value it creates. Or maybe it was the promise of a fundamentally better way of connecting, communicating, and transacting. The next phase of the internet that empowers us instead of exploiting us. So why hasn't that happened yet? Why are we still living with the same broken system that blockchains promise to fix? It's because blockchains can't keep a secret. Enabling open, transparent systems was only the first half of the challenge. For blockchains to really change the world, they also have to be able to protect our sensitive data when it matters. And that's why we built Midnight, to bring down the final barrier to mass adoption and unlock the full potential of the decentralized web. Let's build the internet we deserve, together.
Ladies and gentlemen, we all know this in crypto. Ownership matters. That's why Cake Wallet. Cake Wallet gives you full control of your digital assets, all in one easy-to-use application. You can store Bitcoin, Litecoin, Zcash, Monero, and many more with just one secure backup. Swap between coins in seconds. No copying addresses, no complicated steps, and even includes Bitcoin Lightning for faster payments. And with Cake Wallet built in, you can use crypto in real life through debit cards or gift cards. Simple, secure, self-custody. Download Cake Wallet and take control of your crypto. We're back. We are back. Landy's DMing me, very frustrated. He's very frustrated. He's frustrated. He wrote me that he can't believe that I did that to him. Sometimes I gotta make decisions. I'm a coach out here. I gotta make decisions that benefit the show, the company. So if he feels like he has to unfriend me and block me for that, then it is what it is. We got an audience here that is looking for info, looking for content, for the word content, for value. And then Rob was crying. Rob Nelson was crying, and I had to make a decision. By the way, on-chain meme volume drops 95%. So for those who tune in for the memes, for those who are in the memes, God bless you, man. I'll say that I think they do come back, but it's not going to be like what we had in 2021. It'll be the finest of memes that do ascend to Valhalla. The ones that are on the meme index from Van Eyck, look into those, but yeah. I don't know. Yeah, you did it to yourselves. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be totally wrong. Who knows? We talked about everything that's happening in Iran with Rob Nelson. He feels good that he got some sort of victory today. The dude, obviously, he takes medication for his TDS, so shout out to him. I think he's starting to slowly come around. Sometimes I want to give somebody, but that's not good because I'm not into participation medals and awards. So sometimes it's not good. But I hope that you found value in this show today. Okay. My quote of the day, let me find a quote to go ahead and leave you guys with. It's sunny outside, by the way. Okay, it is sunny outside. It is beautiful outside. It is absolutely beautiful outside. I'm going to go outside. I am also going to make a reaction video to something that I see on X. Okay, so stay tuned for that. I'm definitely going to make a reaction video. I made one yesterday. That was fun. A lot of people got pissed off because, I made it about Ethereum. So people got pissed off. But I only said the truth. That is the truth on Ethereum. Bro, stop talking about, stop. Stop talking. Let's see. Let's see. I guess this is good. Oh, hold on. Hold on. I think I already said those. Or did I? Sorry, I'm talking to myself here. Thank you. By the way, thank you everybody for tuning in. TikTok, we're back. We're back. What are we at? 300 concurring viewers? That was awesome. We're back in the game. We're back. I'm very surprised. We're back. Blown away. Really, I was blown away. I was like, man, I thought they were going to take me out. Quote of the day. You don't need to attend every argument you're invited to. You don't need to attend every argument you're invited to. And that is something for X and a lot of others to allow that to marinate. Because a lot of you guys participate and get caught up in the fuckery. I did as well. I did as well. And then I remembered what my purpose here is. Then I remembered I've always been a silent individual. And what I mean by that is I don't react. Somebody says something about, I don't react. You continue to go higher. There will be more voices and they will be louder and they get louder. And they'll say mean things about you. They're going to bully you. I have people trying to bully, air quote. I had people try to bully me in, and still to this day, they are slandering and trying to bully me into a fucking meme token. Never gonna happen. You're not gonna bully me. It's funny. But you can attack me from all angles. I'm good. I'm silent. There's a time and place. There is 100% a time and place. Not today. And not even tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm talking about things like this to help others who have not experienced it, who will experience it, because that is life. You will experience these things and you either learn from others or you get destroyed. That's really why I'm saying that. Okay? That's the only reason why I'm acknowledging these things, because I've experienced them. And the smartest people in this world learn from other people's experiences. I've learned from other people's mistakes. Smart people do that. They learn from others. Not people who see people make mistakes and they take the same course. That's stupid. So being that I have this platform, I'm trying to tell you, silence is always the best option. Not acknowledging things and steering towards your goal, grinding and going as hard as you can towards your goal, that is the best and the only option. That is the only option. And if you want to win in this crypto thing, because a lot of you guys tune in for Bitcoin and all this, you want to win in Bitcoin, you want to win in crypto in general, focus. Get away from drama and find people that are focused on winning. And watch what happens. Watch what happens to your port. And you will thank me later, or you don't have to thank me at all. But God bless you if you find your way. Ladies and gentlemen, it is 2:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My name is David Gottstein. This is The Breakdown, episode 722. We will be back tomorrow. If Landy feels like, coming to the table and ironing shit out, saying, apologizing to me for unfollowing me, maybe he's back on the show. If not, we got Rob Nelson coming on at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Next week, I'm booking a few guests up. We got a dominant force in the game coming on next week. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And yeah, it's a beautiful day. I am not the leader of the KOLs. Ugh, disgusting. Ugh. Will never, never. Anyway, till we see each other again. Have a great day and an even better tomorrow. And that's something that one of my good friends, Akil Patterson, consistently says. Love you, brother. I'm out.